It's not what happens that breaks you. It's what you keep imagining might happen. That's what eats you alive. Worry is the great thief. It steals hours before they arrive. It burns your energy before the battle has even begun. It promises safety, but only delivers suffering. The mind, left untamed, creates futures that don't exist. It runs ahead, faster than the present can catch it, and every step it takes away from now is another wound opened by fear. You worry about what might go wrong. You worry about what they might say. You worry about being forgotten, about being misunderstood, about falling short. You worry because you've learned that the world punishes weakness, so you obsess over strength. You perform, you adapt, you strive. But what if the enemy isn't the world? What if the enemy is your constant refusal to be still? Anxiety doesn't scream. It whispers. It hides in small glances, subtle tension, half-thoughts that loop. It lives in the back of your skull, grinding at your peace like waves against rock. It says, "Be ready." It says, "Don't relax yet." It says, "Something bad is coming." And you believe it, because your body listens before your mind can argue. The modern world has taught you to always be alert, always improve, always compete. Your attention is currency, your comparison is profit, your suffering is business. But when was the last time you just sat in silence and trusted that nothing needed to be fixed? You worry because you think your worth is in what happens next. You think your identity is in how people respond to you. You think your safety lies in controlling everything. But none of that belongs to you. You don't control their reactions. You don't control tomorrow. You don't even control your heartbeat. And yet, you live as if you do, as if you must. You hold your breath while life races ahead. You delay peace until every box is checked. You pray for rest, but refuse to stop running. This is the trap. Worry keeps you in motion, but never in progress. It tells you you can't afford to slow down, so you work harder, sleep less, scroll more, think faster, until the silence becomes unbearable. But the truth is this: you were not born anxious. You were taught to worry, and what is learned can be unlearned. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And if that's true, then the war isn't out there. It's within. It's in the stories you tell yourself. It's in the futures you keep rehearsing. You think if you imagine every worst-case scenario, you'll be ready. You think worrying gives you control, but control is an illusion, and worry is just the price you pay to hold on to it. Let go. There is no peace in prediction. There is only peace in presence. Right now, this moment, this breath. It is safe. It is quiet. It is still. But you've been trained to abandon the present. You escape now for what if. You trade peace for preparation. You build fortresses in your head, but never feel at home in your own skin. So ask yourself, what are you really afraid of? Failure, rejection, death? Or is it something simpler, the fear of being nothing? That's the core of worry. The fear that if you stop chasing, you'll vanish. That if you stop fixing, you'll break. That if you stop worrying, you'll lose your worth. But here's the brutal truth. Your worry hasn't saved you. It hasn't protected you. It hasn't healed you. It has only made you tired, weary, exhausted. And at some point, you must decide, will you keep feeding the fire that burns you, or will you learn to sit with the discomfort of not knowing and let go? You don't need to predict the future. You need to trust that you'll survive it. No moment has ever arrived that you didn't get through. No storm has lasted forever. And no thought has ever been stronger than your ability to outlast it. But to stop worrying, you must stop worshipping fear. You must stop bowing to the voice that says, "Something bad is coming. Let it come. Let it pass." You are not your thoughts. You are not your panic. You are not your imagined disasters. You are the stillness underneath it all, the calm that remains, the breath that doesn't need permission to return. The Stoics did not teach avoidance. They taught confrontation, not of the world, but of the self. They said, if it's outside your control, release it. If it's inside your control, discipline it. If it hasn't happened, don't suffer it. And if it does happen, endure it. You have survived everything so far. You will survive this too, but not through panic, not through endless calculation, through presence, through stillness, through choice. Every worry is a door you can walk past. But most choose to live inside. They decorate it. They defend it. They forget it's not a home. It's a prison. You want peace? Then leave. You want rest? Then stop bargaining with your fears. You don't overcome anxiety by becoming smarter than it. You overcome it by becoming more still than it. Let the wave rise. Let the thought pass. Let the feeling burn. You remain. Nothing in your mind is stronger than your decision to be calm. And nothing in the world is more powerful than a human being who has learned to stop fearing his own imagination. Seneca didn't live in a quiet world. He lived under emperors, exiles, threats of death. But his peace didn't come from outside. It came from knowing this. He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. You don't need to suffer twice, not in imagination and in reality. Reality is hard enough. So return to the breath, to the body, to the now. The future doesn't need your fear. It needs your presence. It needs your strength. It needs your peace. Not tomorrow. Now. Because everything you need to survive is already in you. And everything you fear is just a thought passing by. Let it go and be still. The mind will always invent something to fear, but you don't have to follow it. You weren't born to live in anxiety. You were born to endure, to stay calm, to remain still while the world spins. Worry offers control, but gives you nothing. It steals the present. It drains your peace, and it never delivers what it promises. Let others chase their fears. Let others drown in imagined disasters, but not you. You now see clearly. What hasn't happened is not worth your suffering. What's outside your control is not your responsibility. And what you can't stop, you will face in silence. So breathe, stand firm, and when the noise returns, return to now, because the one who masters peace is not the one without fear, but the one who chooses stillness in spite of it. Just as Seneca taught, let it go and remain.